How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul, and these are my Pokemon CDs. It's very possible I have the largest Pokemon CD collection in the world. It's hard to tell. People don't really collect these, and the few people who do don't really show them off. But it's very possible I have the world's largest Pokemon music collection. And if you just wanted to see what all discs I have, then here's the overview right here. You could just, you could see this, say, okay, those are the CDs that Skul has, you can leave. But if you want a more detailed look at every single disc, then, stay tuned for the rest of the video. Man, so many awesome things to show off. I can't wait to go into detail about every single one of them, as well, of course, as getting even more CDs in the future. With that overview out of the way, let's go ahead and get down to it. Alright, so I have divided the video into various timestamps that you could just drag the slider and go directly to whichever section that you want to see. But personally, I am going to start with my English language CDs. So as far as I could tell, there are a total of 15 CDs that were released in English. I have 9 of them, and the 6 that I'm missing are all relatively hard to find. So yeah, like some of them are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, so I'm probably not going to end up getting all of them. But I'm happy with what I do have. So, this is probably the CD that I bet most of you would have had, or at least seen at some time in the past. This is To Be a Master, music from the hit TV series. So, got all kinds of songs on here. It's got the Poke Rap, it's got the Pokemon theme. It's just got all kinds of awesome songs. Very nostalgic for the time. And of course, the CD is a Pokeball. I also came with that mail-in rebate insert here. I don't know, when I bought it on eBay, it just came with that, so yeah. Next up is one that I feel like a lot of you do not have, or even know even exists. This is the music score for Pokemon the first movie. This is not any of the sung songs from this. This is all like the background instrumentals and stuff. So, as I've said, I love movie scores. I love listening to the music that is used in movies. It's my favorite kind of music genre, is listening to instrumentals for movies, and especially Pokemon movies. So, yeah, there we go. This is also this is a kind of hard CD to find, but I ended up getting it earlier this year on Amazon of all places for only like 20 bucks. Totally awesome. This is another Pokemon the first movie CD. This is the soundtrack. This is the sung song, so it has like the Pokemon theme, Don't Say You Love Me, Christina Aguilera, We're a Miracle. It's just got like all the songs from the movie and more on this CD. So this is another one of those that I bet if any of you have a Pokemon CD that this is it, or at least one of them. Also have the M2M single for Don't Say You Love Me. Now, a single CD is, it's probably a concept that a lot of you might not understand if you're younger, but if you're older, you know exactly what it is. It's a CD, like that. See, it's a normal size CD, but it only has 1 or 2 songs on it. Sometimes a few more, but like never more than like 4 or 5. And the idea is that they sell these at a ridiculously low rate, like 99 cents, $1, $2, something like that, just to give you a taste of what you would get if you were to buy the full album or more music from this artist, in this case M2M. M2M only made like 2 or 3 albums total, but yeah, this is the single for Don't Say You Love Me. I do count singles as CD releases. Also, fun fact, this is a Hyper CD, you see there. If you put this in your old Windows machines, you get all kinds of extra content, including the music video, including an exclusive look at the website, which is long gone. It doesn't really work in modern computers, though. That's the one downside. Up next is the soundtrack for Pokemon 2000. This is another one of those that, all the sung songs are there. So Power of One, Dawn of Summer, all the songs from the film and more. Very happy with this release. It's super, super nice looking. There was apparently a score version of this released as well, but not in English. The only score CD released in English for this was on the bonus disc of the Australian release of Pokemon 3 CD that I do not have. So yeah, this is like the only Pokemon 2000 soundtrack CD of any kind that you're bound to find in English, except for the single for The Power of One by Donna Summer. And yeah, but when I say single, I mean single. This is the only song on that disc. It's a very simple disc. I think that this might have been a CD meant only for CD stores to play on the radio or on their players or whatever. This was not meant for commercial release. You can see there, license for promotion only, sales prohibited. Nonetheless, there are many of them, and it is easy to find a copy, so there we go. Moving on to the final CD single that was released in English, the only one not having to do with a movie. This is Pokemon World, Collector's Edition Enhanced CD. This is another one of those that you put it in a computer and it does extra stuff. This does work on modern computers, barely. Barely, but it does work. And of course the audio CD portion works just fine. But yeah, it's got Pokemon World, Pikachu's Winter Vacation, and the instrumental of that. So yeah, a very nice little release. This is a lot harder to find, but luckily it's not as expensive as you would expect. Yeah, as you can imagine, just searching for Pokemon World on eBay, you're not going to find too many of this, but it is out there if you look hard enough. This next CD was actually one of the very first CDs I ever bought for myself, Pokemon X, 10 Years of Pokemon. So this was released in 2006 or 7, and this contains all of the opening songs from the seasons 1 through 9, and it includes a few extras as well. It contains the original Pokerap, a few of the 2B and Master songs. It includes some of the ending songs from season 9. But I remember seeing this in the store and thinking, I need this, I'm going to get this. And of course, as with 2B and Master, the CD is a Pokeball. I'm so happy to own this. Man, just I can't believe that I never actually owned any Pokemon CDs back in the day, but, well, first of all, I didn't even have a CD player until, like, 2001 or 2, and two, like, my parents just wouldn't let me buy a lot of Pokemon stuff in the first place, so when I was old enough to get my own stuff without their permission, I got this, and I've had it ever since. And can you believe that there was, like, over 10 years between that CD and the next CD, which was the soundtrack for Detective Pikachu, and, yeah, this is another one of those that it's just instrumentals. There's, like, notoriously, the 2 sung songs in the credits are not available on CD. Only one of them is even available digitally. It's a blooming crime as far as I'm concerned. But, hey, it's nice to see that Detective Pikachu did get a physical release for its CD. And the most recent and possibly final Pokemon English CD ever is Pokemon 25, which barely has anything to do with Pokemon, but this released just this year. It contains 10 songs sung by people in commemoration of Pokemon's 25th birthday. There's an extra 4 songs that are not on the CD but are part of the digital album. Don't know why they have to do that. And as far as I know, this CD was only released in Target stores, but that's what it looks like. But yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Probably not going to listen to it too much. I'm not a fan of most of these people on the back here. I think Katy Perry's Electric is the only song that I listened to, and I thought, you know what? I can listen to that more than once. But yeah, that is all the Pokemon CDs that I own. I'm missing, like I said, 6. I'm missing the soundtrack for Pikachu's Winter Vacation. I'm missing, like, the Pokemon Live soundtrack, Pokemon 3 soundtrack, Pokemon Stadium soundtrack, and 2 others that are just slipping my mind right now. But I'm happy with what I've got in English. Now moving on to what I would classify as neither English nor Japanese, and that would be the video game soundtracks. So, I'm going to start off with this. This is the CD soundtrack for Pokemon Red and Green. Now, this was actually released in Japan in, I think, 1998. It was like years after the game release. I guess it was popular enough they're like, you know what, let's put it in a CD. This is not sealed or anything. I just like keeping it in its plastic sleeve, just because. So unfortunately, it just takes too long to put back together. I'm not going to bother opening it up and showing it off. But it does have, I think, 2 discs. Yeah, it has 2 discs. One of them all of one of them and half of the other are just the cries and Pokédex entries for all 150 Pokemon. Well, 151 Pokemon, my mistake. And the rest of it is the songs from the various routes and towns and stuff. This did get a reprinting fairly recently that you can get on PlayAsia, even now brand new for not that much. But this is the original one. This was the one actually released in the late 90s. And oh man, I'm so happy to own this physically. The next video game soundtrack I own is for Pokemon X and Y. Now, I really wish I had some other ones, especially I would love the soundtrack for Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but like, yeah, I don't have $500 lying around, no joke, it does go for that much sometimes. But yeah, this is the soundtrack for Pokemon X and Y, and I just love the art here. I mean, look at that Mega Mewtwo on the back, and Xerneas and Yveltal on the front. This art was never released anywhere outside of this soundtrack release, and this has, I think, 4 CDs total, so, oh yes, it does. So, we got this booklet here, we've got Xerneas and Yveltal discs there, and then we've got Lucario and Mewtwo, their Mega Evolutions there. And I'm just so excited for this. This is so cool. I believe the final disc actually has music from Pokemon Origins, which is pretty cool that they included that on the video game soundtrack instead of giving it its own. So yeah, Pokemon X and Y. I love that. My second favorite video game, second favorite Pokemon games, second favorite generation. So next up is the soundtrack for Let's Go. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And yeah, this is a 3-disc release. So I mean, look at this art. That's a little booklet. It's so adorable. And then the case itself with the CDs. Open up. There we go. So we got the boy and the girl trainer there, and then disc 3 is, if that looks like it's a retro Pikachu, that's because it is. Disc 3 is actually the soundtrack for Pokemon Yellow, which is awesome. So this includes all of the music that was not on the CD release for Pokemon Red and Green, the one that I showed earlier, which is absolutely awesome that they did that. And yeah, I really did like Let's Go. You know, it's a very simple game, to be sure. But, you know, I love shiny hunting in it, and there's just something really nice about going back and playing the Pokemon games when it was a simpler time. The final soundtrack release I have, which is the most recent games to get us... No, I guess Let's Go did get one. But anyway, the most recent original games, I guess, to get one. The soundtrack for Pokemon Sun and Moon. And just look at this art. Isn't that amazing? I gotta be completely transparent. I didn't particularly like Sun and Moon. And the few things I did like, they got rid of in Ultra Sun and Moon, but I do like the music, and it's nice to listen to. So, of course, all 4 of the Tapus are here, and just a really beautiful release. I wish Sword and Shield got a soundtrack release. I can't imagine why it didn't, but regardless, those are the 4 game soundtracks that I own for now. I would love to add more in the future, but, you know, we'll have to see. Anyway, so I'm going to move on here to my Japanese singles. So I have 5 of these, and we're going to start with this one. This is the single for Aim to Be a Pokemon Master, which is the Japanese opening that they had where we got the Pokemon theme. So this is the size and shape of one of these. I mean, if I were to compare it with a regular CD release, you can see how much taller and thinner it is. But just like the CD singles from the Pokemon movies, there's only a few songs on this. Not many. I think there's still like 4 or 5. But the way this works is, if I can open this, I had this kind of trouble when I first got this thing too. Man, this really doesn't want to open. There we go. The way this works is that the CDs are only that big. Only 8 millimeters big. Like, if I were to compare this with, say, if I could grab it again, a regular size CD, you could see the size difference, you know. It'll work just fine in any music player whatsoever. It's just a smaller CD, and CD data is actually put on there from the inside out, so you can make CDs as big or as small as you want. You just need to be able to fit it in. And of course, like I said, the 8mm disc will fit in any CD player. So yeah, we got a few songs on there. Very happy to own this. This was the very, very first Pokemon CD ever. This predates the soundtrack for Pokemon Red and Green, if you can believe that. So yeah, my very first single. Single number 2 is this, Meowth's Party. Even though this isn't Meowth's Party, this is actually Meowth's song. So this is like one of the first endings for the TV show. In Japan, the TV show gets tons and tons and tons of ending songs. They only last like 10 to 12 episodes per song. This is like around the mid 30s when like episode 30ish of the original series when this took place. So yeah, it's a very, very nice looking soundtrack, that's for sure. Yeah, Meowth in Japanese is more of a philosophical character than a comic relief that he is in English. So yeah, just another one of my random singles I've got. This one I'm super excited to own. This is the single for Together with the Wind, which is the Japanese ending song for Pokemon the first movie. You know how we got all kinds of songs, you know, We're a Miracle, Don't Say You Love Me, If Only Tears Could Bring You Back. They got this single song. It's an absolutely beautiful song. If you've never heard it, just look it up, listen to it. It's beautiful. So yeah, this is the single release for that. As you can see, it's got 4 songs total. And just absolutely beautiful artwork there. I mean, look at that. We got Mewtwo on the pamphlet. We've got Mew on the disc itself. Just adorable. Just beautiful. And of course, we got this amazing poster art there. Man, when Pokemon the first movie came out, they really treated it like a big thing. I'm still nostalgic for that. The next single I've got is this, which I wish I could remember the name of it, but it is one of the Gen 2 endings. So this is like around season 4-ish, I think. I wish I could remember what this one was called. It's kind of embarrassing that I'm showing this off and I don't know, but it does have 5 songs, and it's got adorable Pichu art all over the place. So yeah, really, really cute. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that was spiky-eared Pichu from the Arceus and Jewel of Light, but it's not. This is a Gen 2 single. It says there it was released in 2004, so, or 2000.4, I guess, April-ish. So yeah, that would definitely be around season 4. And then the final single I have is this one. Man, I'm so happy to have this. This is a rare one. For one big reason, I'll tell you why. Anyway, this is the single for The Day a Rainbow Was Born, which was the Japanese ending for the 3rd movie. And I love this. Just look at this beautiful art. And of course, if you take the CD off, you can see Molly Hale in all 3 of her trainer designs, which is so cool from that movie. Then on the back, it shows the names of all 3 of the songs. Anyway, the reason I wanted this so bad is because The Day a Rainbow Was Born was actually translated into English with the exact same melody, the exact same singer, just sung in English instead of Japanese. And let me tell you, it is beautiful. I highly, highly recommend you look up this song and listen to it, because I think that we should have gotten that as our ending song instead of what we ended up getting, To Know the Unknown. The only way to hear that song on an official release is through this single. You can obviously listen to it on YouTube, and there's plenty of high-quality rips of it. But if you want it on a CD, this release is the only time that ever happened, and I own it. Super happy about that. So that does it for my Japanese singles, and now moving on to my Japanese CDs. Most of which are movie soundtracks. This one, I don't even know what to classify it as, because it does have the film soundtrack for Pokemon the first movie on here, but in addition to that, it also has the full audio drama of The Birth of Mewtwo, which, I mean, look at that art, isn't that beautiful? So Disc 1 is the full audio drama. Leading up to the movie's premiere in Japan, they got 5 episodes, I think 20 minutes long each, of the prologue, which was eventually adapted into an anime special, which was the Mewtwo's origin. But if you want to listen to it, it's all here first. So Disc 1 is the Birth of Mewtwo audio drama, which if you can listen to it with a translation handy, it's great. And then the second disc is the actual score for Mewtwo Strikes Back, which is the Japanese movie. The score of the Japanese movie is different than the score that we got in English. It's very, very, very different. This release is also important because it has this little book on it, which is it's art from The Birth of Mewtwo, which I'm gonna not really show in too much detail here. I really don't like prying this open much, but like, look at this. This is all stuff that actually happens in the audio drama, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So I'm very, very happy to own this. This is like, I wouldn't call it a holy grail, but this is still a very highly desired collector's item. So, you know, so proud to own it. I'm actually gonna put that back together a little later because it'll take too long. This next one is probably the single most desired Japanese CD that I can think of for a movie score. And that is the score for Pokemon Heroes. Man, just this goes for incredible amounts on eBay. A lot of these you can pick up for like $10. Most of what I've shown up. This definitely goes for over 100. I don't know why. When Pokemon Heroes came out, no one watched it. Right, notoriously in North America, it didn't even earn $1 million. It got like 700,000. It's just pathetic. But even in Japan, no one really watched it over there. No one really knows why. To this day, it's the lowest grossing Pokemon movie. So just so weird. But, you know, the soundtrack release, everyone loves the score for this film. I mean, it's just so... They did a good job of making a score that fit the environment. You know, Altamar, the city in the film, is based off of Italy. So they made a score that sounded very, very Italian. Just look at that beautiful design. I know that the glare makes it kind of hard to see, but you can see Latios and Latios sculptures there. Like you see the head of Latios over there. Just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, the number one soundtrack I wanted. Very happy to own it. These next few, I don't really have much to say. We got the score here for Jirachi Wishmaker. So, yeah, very, very nice release here. I love the Absol art there and Jirachi on the disc. I always love, like, this is something that you miss out on if you just listen to the music online, right? Because you could totally listen to high-quality rips of this, and bit for bit it would be identical to from a CD. But you're going to miss out on the beautiful artwork, like Destiny Deoxys here. You're going to miss out on the ability to see this adorable Pikachu smiling on the disc there. You're going to miss out on actually holding a physical item. Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, soundtrack for this, just really, really nice. Of course, we've got Lucario itself there on the CD that I cannot seem to turn around very well. There we go. But yeah, yeah, you're going to miss out on all of that. That's why I like collecting these CDs, because I could totally listen to the music online. I have listened to the music online before I bought most of these, but owning a CD is just more important to me. This next one is the first Japanese thing that I have the first Japanese CD I have that's not associated with the movie. This is the single for Spurt, which is their equivalent of the opening for the Battle Frontier. And the reason I wanted this so badly is not just because it has Spurt on it, but it also has I Won't Lose, which is Mei's theme, and it's sung by Mei's voice actress in Japanese. And the first time I heard that song, I was like, oh, that's cool, I like that a lot. So when I found out it got a physical release on a CD, I was like, you know, I'm going to pick that up. So yeah, you would not believe how hard this was to track down, but still, like, ridiculously cheap. Japanese CDs are just cheap in general. So, yeah. Next up is the soundtrack for Giratina and the Sky Warrior. Look at that art. Isn't that just beautiful, beautiful art? Just, man. Look at that. You got Shaman on the CD in all kinds of different poses. You're going to miss out on that if you don't get a physical release. You never would have known that that was there unless you owned the CD already or you saw this video. Don't lie, you didn't know. Alright, got two CDs related to the same movie next. We've got this, which is the single release for the Japanese... hold on, is this the opening or the ending? I think this is the opening and the ending, actually. Yeah, okay, this is High Touch 2009. No, this is just the opening. Okay, this is High Touch 2009, which is the Japanese opening for basically the Galactic Battles era. It was the opening song that was sung during Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Has a few extra songs on here. But yeah, just adorable. Actually, does this have Antenna of the Heart on it? I really don't freaking remember, and that's kind of embarrassing. But if it does, that is the Japanese ending for the movie, and I don't remember if it does or not. But it at least has High Touch 2009, which is a really, really fun song, really high energy. Next up is the film score for Arceus and the Jewel of Life, and it also has High Touch 2009 on it. Go figure. It has it all over again, very first track, but it also has Antenna of the Heart at the end. So yeah, I actually have 2 copies of this. One I leave in the car for my wife to listen to because this is her favorite Pokemon movie, and this one I keep on my shelf to collect dust, as all CDs must. Next up is a really fun one. We've got here a 2-disc soundtrack for Pokemon Black and Pokemon White. As you might know, the movie was actually 2 movies, 2 versions of the same movie. As you can see up there, it says Pikachu the Movie Duel. So we have Pokemon Black, Victini and Reshiram, and Pokemon White, Victini and Zekrom. And yeah, this is 2 discs, as you can see here, and I wish that I had a better case for these, but unfortunately the artwork is custom size, so it doesn't transfer well to a different jewel case, unfortunately. Man, I'm really struggling to put this back together. But you know what? That's okay. The CDs themselves are in good condition. The art's in good condition. Maybe one day I'll be able to find a CD case that I can swap these over to, because as long as the art and the inserts and all that and the CD are original, you can use different jewel cases all you want. You would not believe how dirty and messed up some of these were before I put them in a brand new case. Like, let me actually skip back here real quick to this Pokemon the First Movie soundtrack. This is a brand new jewel case. Like, I bought 100 off of Amazon just to put CDs in whenever I got them. And look, it's so nice and clean. You would be forgiven for thinking it was a brand new release. So maybe one day I'll be able to do that with this as well, but until then, we gotta keep moving on. We don't have many CDs left. So next up is my CD for Pokemon Best Wishes Season 2, Be an Arrow, which is the opening for Season 2. So this was the equivalent of what we have here would be Rival Destinies, I believe was what the season was called. Anyway, so I've always loved Be an Arrow. It's a really nice song, but this also has a few other songs in it, including In Your Heart La La La, which was the final ending for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Love that song. Man, throughout like the last half of Diamond and Pearl and the entirety of Best Wishes, I watched the anime subbed before dubbed, which means that I got really familiar with the music, and I always loved this. And yeah, just I needed to own the CD, so now I own the CD. Next up is my final movie score so far. The score for Genesect and the Legend Awakens, which which also comes with extra tracks for the Eevee song, the Eevee short, which is pretty cool. So yeah, just a absolutely cool release, just really, really awesome. Look at that art; it's so nice, man. And moving on to the final CD of this whole video and of my Japanese CDs lot. Listening to healing music with Psyduck. Man, you remember in Detective Pikachu where Psyduck had to listen to spa music so its head wouldn't explode? This is that spa music. If I were, when I put this on iTunes, it was labeled as new age music, which I think is correct. Like, it's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like spa music. It's completely not related to Pokemon except that Psyduck is there. But yeah, when I found out that this CD even existed, I'm like, you know what? I want that. So I got it. And you know what? It's not bad. If you're like getting a massage or something, I could totally see them playing this very CD. But anyway, that wraps it up. That is my Pokemon music collection. As far as I know, it is the largest in the world, but I would love to be proven wrong. Please let me know what Pokemon CDs you have, or maybe even if watching this video made you interested in starting to get into it yourselves. Oh man, I'm definitely going to be collecting more in the future. I'll be showing them off as I get them. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and stay tuned for more.